The Fresno Focus Radio Hour.
Sloppy Joe.
This is the No Focus Radio Hour. Comedy and insight from the greatest minds in Fresno. A Lightomine Media production.
Oh, Sloppy Joes! All right. This is the No Focus Radio Hour, the #1 independent podcast in the Central Valley. Thank you for listening, and thank you for telling a friend. The No Focus Radio Hour is available anywhere podcasts can be found, including YouTube and your home smart speakers. Remember to subscribe and leave a review. It really does help others discover our show. And while you're reviewing, keep in mind that 5 stars is the correct number of stars. If you enjoy our show, please share it with your friends. But if you hate it, share it with your enemies. Check out our site, nofocusradio.com. There you can get exclusive content. You can also vote on Don's polls. Find us on social media. Our handle is @nofocusradio. You can also find the rest of our shows at lightominemedia.com. Ready, guys?
Yep.
Ready.
Be with you, you know it's true.
Oh.
But I know just what I got to do. Gonna hit the ground running. My feet are going fast. I'm hitting the ground running.
Oh.
Hit the ground running. Right to Fresno favorite podcast. That's us.
That's right. This is the No Focus Radio Hour, the #1 independent podcast in the Central Valley. It's made for those who live in the Central Valley, for those who miss the Central Valley, for those who long to live in the Central Valley, and for those who
eat Sloppy Joes in the Central Valley.
As always, we have our beautiful cast of characters. We have with us Mr. Eric the Doorman.
Hey, I just want to apologize to Fresno, but the votes were counted, and yes, they did want us to sing, bring it back. They said, please, please, please. So for the rest of you that your ears are now bleeding, I'm so sorry.
That's right. They love the singing. They said, you guys sound so good.
A little out of tune, you know. It's been in a few weeks, you know, but...
we haven't had our lessons recently.
Yeah.
We also have with us Mr. Stupidasso.
Hey, how's it going? You know, I'm one of the many growing group of people who realize that the coffee mug that you drink your morning coffee out of makes a big difference.
That's true.
Really?
A lot of people just drink it out of anything. I have to have certain coffee mugs at certain times to fit my mood.
What's your favorite coffee mug?
A Shopatron mug because it has a little comedic value from a friend of mine. Also, I have another Winnie the Pooh one that I got. So I have like 3 or 4 mugs that I'll choose from, but it really sets the tone for my day. I can't just drink coffee out of any mug like my.
So it has nothing to do with the taste. It's just the style.
It's the style of the mug.
It's the look of it.
Also, I thought I was the only one, but now on Instagram and other social media, people are coming out of the closet and saying, "Hey, it does matter what coffee mug I drink my coffee out of."
You know, I have a Pooh mug as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this a thing?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, it's not a Winnie the Pooh mug. It's just
it's a poo like a poo.
I was thinking Winnie the Pooh.
It's a Pooh mug, you know, sometimes in the middle of the night.
And that crazy Pika-Phila-maniac is none other than
My name is Johnny Knobs. You guys know what they call me that, right?
No, how did they start calling you that?
True story.
Uh-oh.
It's because I control the volume. All right, guys.
Favorite joke.
I got this morning. We had I had some coffee, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I need more coffee."
Yeah.
Ordered another coffee, and I was, I was a little bit scared because I drink a lot of coffee, like a lot of coffee.
And what comes next? A lot of poop.
Yes. So that's why I grabbed my Pooh mug because you never know when it's gonna hit. But here's the thing, though. I get sometimes scared of how much coffee I drink. But good news, though. The good news is that Stupidasso, he has an article that's going to tell me if it's dangerous or not that I drink so much coffee.
Take it away, Stu.
See, this article cracked me up. It says drinking coffee may be linked to lower risk of death even with a little sugar. But they go through, there's absolutely no science connected with this. They have theories. Maybe it's because of this. Maybe it's because of that.
Yeah.
And so I read the whole article twice, and it has absolutely no scientific content at all. It's just hearsay and maybe this does this, maybe this does this. They track like 50 people of a certain age, those who drank coffee and those who didn't. And they said, well, the ones who Drink coffee, live longer.
Yeah, this is great. The scientist at Harvard Medical School says, quote, "We can't say for sure that it's the coffee drinking per se that leads to the lower mortality risk."
Right.
Oh my god.
They could have gotten people who didn't drink coffee, but they did extreme sports like rock climbing and skydiving and trying to rob 7-Elevens. But and they don't say what the other group was, so it's a completely unscientific study that is a non-story.
I love that. Yeah. That's really great. Drinking coffee may be linked to lower risk of death.
Yeah, but they don't know.
We can't say for sure that it's the coffee drinking per se.
What was this put out by the coffee industry?
This is put out by Harvard.
Oh, okay.
Go to college, everybody.
Get an education.
Yeah, I'm sure Harvard. The coffee industry funded Harvard's study of this, right?
That is hilarious.
Well, that's like wine. Remember, all of a sudden there was a big push for wine. Like wine, no alcohol, and then all of a sudden, hey, it's great for your heart. Drink lots of wine.
I remember reading an article that said, let's see if I can find it. 1 glass of wine per day, same as exercise. Let's see if that's still an article. Science says a glass of red wine a day can replace 1 hour of exercising. Science says.
Science?
That's
science.
Great. That's really good. So good news is...
Was that written by misinformation?
Trust the science.
Right.
We've got to trust the science.
But every so often they come out with these things with catchy headlines, and that's all people read. They don't dig into the story and realize it's a non-story.
Well, people just need a reason. They need to be given a reason to do it, right? It's like, I shouldn't really have that glass of wine. Oh, no, wait, it's like 1 hour of exercise. Yeah, I need
it's
to
like
have
having a poo mug. Eventually you'll discover that, hey, a poo mug is healthy for you because you come in contact with your feces, and when you don't, you get things like polio.
Right.
Yeah.
Wine...
Yes.
Don't exercise. I never know how to spell exercise. That's one of those words.
Exercise.
That always confuses me.
CISE.
Exercise.
Has an apostrophe.
Wine. It's going to be wine, comma, don't exercise.
You know what word I definitely is like the one that I have problems with, and probably. Yeah, I always have problems with
improbable.
Probably. I always have trouble spelling those words too. I don't know why.
So, that's a good little thing. So I have a couple of words that I always
Is it magician?
Well, this is one of the things that I think happens when you read at a young age. Is you start learning.
You start learning how terrible that's
rotten in America.
Yeah.
Words that you read before you're like part of adult conversations. So you read them wrong as a kid.
Okay.
So the rest of my life, whenever I read them, I still read them in my head wrong. And so that I always have to change them out loud. So for instance, deter.
Okay.
D-E-T-E-R.
Okay.
In my head, I read that Dieter.
Oh, okay.
Dieter. It Dieter's that. So Dieter, now out loud I have to go deter. I know it's deter, but I always say Dieter in my head.
I do that to spell it. Like certain words I'll change when I go to spell it. So like business will become busyness.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know which one I did when I was a kid was together. So I always wrote it as to get her.
That's what I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
To get her.
Yeah, to get her. It's because I can remember. It's like, that's together. Yeah.
The other one.
I worked at a place and they had a little bumper, the little things they gave us. It said working together. And I would always like working to get her.
Nice.
Well, that's what most guys do. They work, right, to get some cash so they can take a lady out.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So, to get her.
Maybe a lady, maybe a man, maybe a stuffed animal. You never know.
Yeah.
Maybe you're in a furry.
Well, that's right.
The other one that I always read wrong in my head is harbinger. Harbinger.
Harbinger, yeah.
Harbinger.
Yeah. So, like, it's always, when I read these words, I have to actively tell myself, it's not Dieter. It's not Dieter.
But if you're reading it, what would it matter, though, for you, unless you're speaking?
Well, yeah, because, like, for instance, this is a thing that happens. If it's in a script, and this happened to me once, that's why deter is a big one for me. I know it's deter, but I was doing a production, and I had to say deter. And in front of everybody, because I was just reading. I was the first time I had it in my hand. I didn't memorize it yet. I was just cold reading it, and I kept on saying Dieter, Dieter, Dieter. And then afterwards, the guy was like, "Hey Max, you know that the word's deter?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "You've been saying Dieter," and I'm like, "Oh God!"
And that's why he was in special ed for 3 years.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes. So Dieter. Yikes.
That's funny.
Anyways,
Johnny Dieter Knobs.
So the Dieter.
The Dietermeister.
So, anyways, coffee. Lots of coffee. Lots of coffee.
I had a little take us down a little bit different path here. I had a little accident, I guess, scare that happened this week on me. I thought my daughter was burning down our house.
Oh my gosh.
So I get a call. I'm at work. I get a call from my wife. She's like, "Oh my gosh, the microwave's on fire. It's smoking. I don't know what to do." I'm like, what the heck? And immediately I'm like, wait, what's going on? So, she's on the phone with me.
Here you are with your job. You have a high-powered sniper rifle. You're on a roof about ready to take out the enemy.
I'm in Ukraine right now. Yeah. I'm, working undercover for the government. No. But so anyway, she calls me. She's telling me this is smoking. What do I do? I'm like, unplug it. She's like, the plug is smoking. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, there's like there's a wire fire in the wall. Now I'm thinking that the wires in the wall are on fire.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm freaking out. And then she's like, I don't know, because I'm thinking, she's like, the microwave. I'm like, I'm trying to tell her, go grab it. She's like, it's hot. I'm like, because I'm like thinking, just get the microwave outside.
What was in the microwave?
Well, okay, so I'll get to that. So anyway, so I'm like, get the microwave out. And she's like, it's hot. And I go get oven mitts. I mean, just get that thing out of the house, because I would rather let the thing burn outside than in the house. And she's like, I said, just call it. And so my daughter, in the meantime, she's running over to get the neighbors. She's knocking on neighbors' door. We need help. We need help. And so I told my wife, just call 911. So she calls 911. I said, I'm on my way. So I'm driving down, and literally about halfway, again, I'm halfway home, and she calls back, and she says, yes, the fire department's here.
Oh, God.
So the fire department was there, and so I'm like, okay, so it doesn't sound too bad. She's like, yeah, it was just a microwave. She goes, I was worried because there was smoke coming. She describes it, smoke was coming out of the plug, which I guess made it look like it was coming out of the outlet. Okay. I don't know. And I said, okay, so nothing's, she's like, no, everything's okay. No, the microwave's outside. So apparently what happened is my daughter has been using the microwave. She's 7 years old, and she's independent. She does her stuff. She had put in her microwavable macaroni and cheese, going to have for some lunch,
with a spoon.
That's what I thought, because I asked my wife, I go, well, was there anything metal in there? Is this stuff sparking? Yeah. No, nothing's metal in there. She had... First time she's done this. She's done microwave stuff before.
Sad you make your kid macaroni and cheese meals at 7. But go ahead.
What was that?
So sad you make your kid prepare their own meals at 7.
Hey, you know what? You got to fend for yourself.
I was doing it.
She's lucky she's still living with us at this point.
Oh man, you're
not on her own
in the house too.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Story.
So anyway, she had forgot to put water in the mac and cheese.
Oh my God, I saw that picture. It was a disaster.
You saw it on Facebook.
It has that black center with all that orange.
Is it on Instagram?
It's on Facebook. It might be on Instagram
it's
too.
Because I thought it was
I'll send you the picture.
Do it. So we'll post it in the show notes.
I thought it was an arts and craft thing because it looked pretty. Like the macaroni was like jet black, and it had all this orange stuff all around.
The orange stuff is the actual container, I assume, because there's no container. It's just macaroni. The whole container is disintegrated.
Well, she's selling it on
incredible.
So the house
non-fund-me thing, one of those NFTs.
Yeah, she should. Yeah, she should. It's art. So I guess apparently the house had filled up with smoke with this thing. So they were freaking out. I mean, obviously, it would be a very scary thing. So, my daughter felt really bad. So there was no harm, no foul, except for the poor microwave. We got to go.
She's sleeping in the backyard.
We got to go buy a microwave now. We're not that bad with her. But it's so funny. So my wife posted that on Facebook, and apparently this is a thing because people are like, oh, yeah, my kid did that too, and and it's like all these people are chiming in that they have had these microwave fires, I guess, in their home.
I love it.
And one person did post that. They go, oh, I thought that was like maybe a sunflower because it looks like a sunflower. Like the plate it's on is all yellow and the middle's this black macaroni.
Yeah, because I was looking at it, I go, this is kind of pretty.
They go,
and I zoom in, I go, what's that macaroni?
Is that a sunflower art project?
I love it.
Anyway, so that was a little scare at our house, but everything's
So on your way driving to your house, did you have these visions of like Uncle Owen and Aunt Veru, and those were your kids and wife, and your house was destroyed? And
oh, yeah.
You're always fearing the worst.
Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, my gosh. Because in our neighborhood last year, was it last year? Yeah. We had a house that actually did catch on fire, got the house next to it on fire. My daughter was nowhere near those places. But that's scary. I mean, so, the thought is that, oh, man.
You're driving down the freeway 100 miles an hour?
Yeah. It's like, So anyway, that was a little scare I had this week. Just wanted to share with the people.
Wow. Okay. So make sure you put water in your mac and cheese.
Water in the mac and cheese, people.
Okay.
Follow the directions.
Very important. Yes.
That is scary.
Yeah.
I think we could sue Geico over this.
Oh my gosh! Actually, you have home insurance?
I do.
Was your car at the residence at the time?
Then they'll sue my daughter for her piggy bank for her life savings.
There you go.
Crazy.
So coffee is good for you.
Coffee is good for you. You know what I miss? I miss the even
mac and
breaks.
cheese.
Me too.
Those are so good.
I was gonna say mac and cheese is not good without water for you, though.
Yeah.
But Eric, now you have a story. Marty had a coffee story.
Oh,
you have another
here we go.
story here. Tell us what's going on.
You know what? There is a story here. This man in Pittsburgh, apparently, for Lent, he decided to give everything up except beer.
That's a good man.
So he wanted to drink beer during Lent, and in the process, he found out that he actually lost 30 pounds.
So
Holy
did
smokes.
he eat
just drinking beer?
food?
No, this is Lent, so he gave up everything.
He just drank
so
beer.
he was just drinking beer.
So he says that he is following the lead of monks in the 1600s who would fast during the season by drinking a Bock beer. This is essentially liquid bread. Basically, it would sustain them for 46 days of Lent.
Yeah.
Wow.
So in 46 days, you could lose 30 pounds drinking beer.
Yeah. You know what's funny about these diets? It's kind of like any diet.
It's like the ice cream diet.
The ice cream
ice cream, you could lose weight.
100%. So
it just whacks out your system.
There's another diet that is catching steam. It's the rice diet, where you just eat like 2 cups or 3 cups of rice a day. And
then you got to march down the Ho Chi Minh Trail.
Swear by it. The truth is, if you eat one thing of anything, eventually your body decides, I have to digest this really, really well. So you always lose. It's like doing keto. If you just eat fat, you lose a bunch of weight.
It adjusts.
Right.
Your body adjusts.
Your body starts pulling what it's been storing
Exactly.
because you're missing something, so it pulls all the nutrients it's been storing in your body.
Yeah. You could eat just Pop-Tarts for years and
Just meat. Just eat meat.
Yep. You'll be fine. So that's good. The beer diet.
Well, I thought of you guys because I know we're always drinking. We have a lot of sponsors, right?
Oh yeah.
And I thought maybe we should try that. Maybe they'll sponsor us.
I wouldn't mind a little. So who would sponsor us though? One of the beers?
Lagunitas.
Oh, my
Lagunitas
God.
with a little something, something. That was
Little
our
something,
sponsor.
something.
What about Full Circle? First,
Never paid us.
call out the Full Circle here.
Yeah,
Full
or
Circle.
Rochambeau. You got if you guys remember them. I'd like to get them to sponsor.
Oh, the glasses.
Yeah, but you can't drink the glasses, right?
Well, I don't know. They don't.
do
break.
they make actual glasses to drink out of?
I see. That'd be great.
Or just
Unbreakable
eyeglasses.
glasses. Man, I'd love to have a beer company sponsor us.
I'd love to have a beer.
We're around. We can have a beer. I got some in there.
early.
Oh, it's pretty early. Never too early for it. It's hey, it's beer time somewhere.
Yeah,
That's
What do they
right.
say?
Well, if you do what the guy did, Lent, hey, you got to fast, so you got to drink it for
You know what's
breakfast, lunch, and
ridiculous?
dinner.
My son, we were walking along, and we saw some bees, and he goes, bees are fish. And I said, no, they are not fish. He goes, no, bees are fish. The California state said they're fish. My son's very knowledgeable. He's all over the internet. And so I looked it up, and California ruled that bumblebee is a fish under environmental law.
What?
The reason they did this is bumblebees are becoming endangered because there are less and less of them, and they had to categorize them somewhere. So they categorized them, and the closest thing they can come to is a fish because it's a
terrestrial invertebrate.
Yeah, it's a terrestrial
Oh
invertebrate.
my gosh!
And so they said, well, if we because they don't have categories for insects really, because no insects are really endangered. They're just friggin' everywhere. So they decided, well, the bumblebee we're going to protect under the law as a fish. In California law. That's how whacked out California
That is the stupidest thing.
Yeah. So don't kill a bumblebee unless you have a fishing license.
Yet.
Just like if you want to go out and collect snakes, you have to have a fishing license to collect a snake.
What? Really?
Or a lizard. Yeah. They're all covered under the fishing license. So I guess
Oh
a fish is
my
a catch-all.
gosh.
So the environmental law has categorized bumblebees as fish to protect them under the environmental protection law stuff. So don't go out and cut down your flowers in your backyard because you're endangering the fish population in your backyard.
I can't understand that that's a real thing.
Well, and I don't know why. Why
I
are
didn't
people
believe it either, but it's all over the news, and they're making it's a real thing.
Is there a mass bumblebee killing out there? I mean, I don't know of anybody
Well,
that kills.
it's a loss of environment. All the colony collapse for the bees and pesticides is probably affecting the bumblebees too.
Well, yeah, but they're not going to blame it on that because
You guys-
Monsanto sponsors all these guys.
You guys want me to
Yes.
Rabbit hole?
rabbit hole really quick?
Rabbit hole
I'm about to blow your minds.
with Max
good.
DeVos.
Colony collapse
Yeah.
and
It's
bee
not a real thing.
endangerment is fake.
Oh, good.
It's not a real thing.
Glad.
Actual data shows that, quote,
There are more bees.
there are, according to the largest study done.
They're all killer bees, though.
Here we go. But extensive study shows that bee numbers are at historical heights. In fact, bee colonies have risen from 2.4 million to 2.7 million. And actually, colony collapse disorder is at its lowest point in years, and I can send you the actual study. And that's according to the Department of Agricultural Statistics Service point. Colony collapse is actually down 12%. We're at its record high of 3.28 million colonies. Also, additional studies on the American Council of Science and Health stated that, this is actually, they say that worker bees disappeared. However, they then showed that hives actually increased. So it's actually kind of interesting. There is something that they're worried about called bee paralysis, which rose exponentially.
But they have little bee wheelchairs.
That's true. That's true. But it actually doesn't
go into it too much.
Go into too much. But yeah, the truth is we actually have more bees than ever.
Okay, so what's this 1984-ish style of,
reporting?
We're at war with Eurasia. We're not at war with Eurasia. Where there's colony collapse, there is no colony collapse. What's the reason for that?
It's really interesting. It's a report from the Bee Informed Partnership in collaboration with the Apiary Inspectors of America and the USDA showed that an estimated, this is tricky, 21.1% of colonies managed were lost over the 2016 to 2017 winter, representing, though, an improvement of 5.8 percentage points from previous winters and well below the 10-year average. So this is the tricky thing. Is we're like, we're losing 21%, but every winter, on average, we lose 28 to 30%.
Okay.
So it's this, tricky thing, and I'll tell you what it is. And if you keep on going through, if you really dig into it, it is one of those things where they can use statistics to say, look, we're losing 21%.
Oh, my God.
So guess what they can then do? They can then force environmental things on people. Right? But the truth is, if you look at the actual numbers, the numbers, we dropped 21% during the winter. But typically, we lose 28%. So bee colonies are actually improving over time.
So it's like the coffee story. It's all how you spin it.
Exactly.
Nice.
A survey of over 5,000 of the nation's largest beekeepers showed that we marked the lowest winter loss rates since surveys began. Terrific news for everyone who cares about bee health, says Dick Rogers, the principal scientist of the Bayer Bee.
Dick Rogers. He sounds like some futuristic hero.
Dick Rogers. At your service.
So we actually are doing, we're doing really good with bees.
So bumblebees are still fish, though, right?
Oh, they're still fish.
Good.
But I'll tell you, this is exactly why. You do enough of that, right?
Yeah.
So this is exactly why. You say bees are dying off. And then what you can do is you can then call bees fish.
Yeah.
And then you can tear down dams and things like that to protect.
Save the bees.
Save the bees
that we need. That's perfect.
Right. So,
bees remind me of honey, and honey's very sweet. And also, I heard some news about Naughty Grams, the acapella chocolate, that it's going to be in Costco, something like that.
Oh, yeah. So Naughty Grams are going to be in, we got a lot. The Naughty Grams are going to be in Costco's. We're going to be in BJ's Club stores. We're going to be in Tuesday morning stores. We're going to be in Albertsons, Safeway, Vons.
Whoa.
We're going to be in Metro Markets. We're going to be in Fresh Time. We're going to be in Fresh Market. It's everywhere. So go get your Naughty Grams.
It's easier to get the greatest treat ever made.
Exactly.
And it helps the bees that aren't collapsing.
And also, a friend of mine, Nate, listens to our podcast as he goes to sleep. So I just want to say good night, Nate. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Really, we don't keep him up with all of our
now, do you remember Squid
information?
Games? Do you remember the show Squid Games?
I do remember Squid Games. Was
Netflix,
he in that?
No, he's not. He should be, though. Netflix is coming out with actual Squid Games.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Real life.
People don't die in it, but
reality
they can make a lot
show.
of money. Yeah, that's what they're coming up with, a real-life reality show of the
Well,
Squid
if they don't
Games.
die, what's the purpose?
I know, but they can make like $4.5 million or something like that, but they don't really die, but they have to do all the little games and be eliminated. So I think we sign up Max for that.
Really? Squid Games?
Yeah.
Netflix plans real-life Squid Game reality. I actually haven't seen the show yet.
Oh, really? You're the one? So
I'm
you're
the one, yeah.
You're the one, okay.
You got to watch it.
It's really good.
Is it really good?
Oh, it's really good. It's fantastic.
Oh my gosh, you can win $4.56 million in prizes?
Yeah, and they have all these little weird games like red light, green light, or some weird Korean games where you got to cut a little
But you've heard
the cookie.
You've heard the premise of the actual show, though, right?
It's like you play games and you die or something.
Yeah, so all the losers die. So it's a process of elimination, right? People that don't win these games, but I guess in real life it doesn't, unfortunately.
Yeah, so Netflix is kind of tired of writing original scripts, so they said, hey, let's just have a reality show based on Squid Games where people do these games and not die, but they get
pretty smart.
Well, I think Netflix has got to do something, right? I mean, they're losing.
That's one of the things they were talking about. They got to build their numbers back up.
Losing money like crazy.
Everybody is, man. I mean, if you guys checked out your 401ks, your stocks recently.
I'm too afraid because I'm never going to be able to retire at this rate.
I don't want to know.
No, but like some of the biggest stocks are down 75%, 80%. I mean, big ones. Talking like big companies are down that much. Amazon's down like 75%.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Poor Bezos.
That is
it's really good for
Bezos is having to eat McDonald's.
So your Prime membership is going to end up costing you like $400 a year now.
Yeah, but you get a lot of good content.
But you get free shipping.
No, it's kind of a bummer though, because people like don't realize that like your 401ks and your retirement are locked up and things like that. You know, like, it's hurting the rich guys. I'm like, actually, it's hurting you as well.
No, that's the thing. Yeah, and that's the problem is you're talking about like, Stu. It's like when we're kind of getting close to that age, right? When do we retire?
Yeah,
because we'll be working till we're 90.
Retired in 6 years, but it's not looking that way.
But if it keeps going like this, try 16.
I'm going to be a Walmart greeter before I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's we're all gonna. Okay.
Hey, you guys are talking about fish and stuff. There was an interesting story here about it's a marine preserve in Texas.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm going to pronounce it right. What's it called?
Oh my God. This is where Marty gets rid of all this stuff.
Well, no. Listen to this. This is a story for Marty. I knew he would love it, right? So listen to what the headline here on this says: creepy, nightmarish-looking dolls, sometimes covered in barnacles that grow out of the eyes, are washing up along Texas shores, according to researchers who survey the area for sea life. So apparently, this marine preserve, what's it called? The Mission Aransas Reserve. They're out there and they're taking care of like the sea turtles and all the marine life and doing studies, right? And they're along with the University of Texas. They're working together. Well, apparently they say that these dolls wash up and they have no idea these things, where they come from, why they're ending up here. But yeah, these creepy looking dolls because they've been in the water.
Little mermaid.
There's a mermaid. Yeah, we're looking at pictures of these things. If you
those
guys
are creepy ass dolls.
Go to the show notes. The link's in there. It's super creepy.
They have a Facebook page, this Marine Preserve, where they actually show
how happy that lady looks holding up that creepy old doll.
Yeah, this doll's covered in all kinds of moss and creepy stuff. Anyway, they have on their Facebook page. They always post pictures of what they find out here on this because they're walking the beaches all the time.
Yeah, I blame the bumblebees because they're new to the fish world and don't really know how to act yet as a fish. So
here we go. This is the best part of the story. The first figure discovered by researchers was a sex doll. When they posted the image online, somebody bought its head for $35.
Was that you, Marty?
Well, everyone likes a good head.
Oh,
that's
good.
But the funds were donated to the Sea Turtle Program, so it's going for a good cause.
A freaky doll for money is going.
You may want to move to Texas and move by this.
A lot of my friends are moving to Texas. It's
really?
Creepy, yeah.
Yeah, you may want to go there. Well, just for this though.
A place to get rid of dolls too, apparently.
Yeah. So I don't know. My thinking is I wonder if a cargo container or something at some point.
Well, some of them had writing on the face and other things. I don't know, maybe like they were shipping. That could be it, where a cargo container got washed overboard during a hurricane or something.
Yeah.
Eventually rusted and broke up, and then they started.
And then these dolls just pop up randomly on the shore. Yeah,
that's possible. Or like an eBay thing where people bought a bunch of dolls.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought you'd like that story.
That's pretty awesome. That's super creepy, actually.
Yeah.
Love to go there and grab some dolls off the beach.
Wow. It was really quick. We're going to take a quick break. We have a very quick break. A word from our sponsor. We're going to come back, and we're going to do about 15 minutes of
quick stories.
Of entertainment picks. A lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. Don't leave. Don't leave. We'll be right back.
Sit down. Stay seated.
That's not a threat.
No, it's a loving
It's a promise.
Yeah. Give me your money, you little punk. Oh no, I don't know what to do. I'm Sensei Rick, and I own and operate the only realistic urban survival dojo where we specialize in realistic combat situations. For instance, what would you do if you were approached by 3 big guys who demanded your money?
Run away?
Wrong, because they would just chase you down like a dog and then beat you like a piñata for making them so tired from having to chase you. The correct answer is to wet your pants, fall to the ground, and fake a seizure. Nobody wants to be a part of a medical emergency, and that's keeping it real. The Urban Survival Dojo is open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, because crime never sleeps. Give me your money, you little...
Is that where you practice?
That's where I started training. Yeah, like you notice the stain in front of my pants because apparently you wet your pants enough, that stain doesn't come out.
Well, then you probably don't have to wet them anymore, right? It's just permanent smell.
Yeah, just fall down and fake the seizure.
Awesome.
Sensei Rick is really informative. He has a lot of good techniques. I'm glad he's sponsoring the show now.
That's great.
Sensei Rick.
Yeah. Sensei Rick.
Is he with Cobra Kai? Is that part of that whole?
No, because they actually fight.
Oh, yeah, those guys are actually.
But you curl up in a tight little ball sometimes. It's kind of neat.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to do a quick entertainment pick here.
Yeah, go for it, please.
Okay, we wanted to talk about
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan Kenobi on the Disney
Obi-Wan.
Have you?
Hola.
Hola. That's the Spanish version.
Obi.
Did you? Have you seen it, Max?
I haven't seen any of the Star Wars shows.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, take it away.
Talk freely.
Take it away, Stu.
Okay. So when this show first started, hated it. It seemed like everyone could find Obi-Wan except for the Empire, where, Uncle Owen could find Obi-Wan in the middle of a crowded market.
In
a second. And even
on a desert planet.
The King of Organa, or whatever he is, the counselor, could find Obi-Wan on Tatooine, but the Empire could not find him. And Obi-Wan was sad and couldn't do anything. It was really a sad,
depressing
show at first.
Yeah.
But I feel it's getting better because Obi-Wan is kind of coming into his own. He's starting to get back into the practice of using the Force and fighting with a lightsaber.
Yeah.
And Darth Vader's in it, so that's always a good thing. But
is Darth Vader in it?
Darth Vader's in it. Spoiler alert. And but it's kind of like you could see a lot of Anakin in this version of Vader.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say yes. I would say as far as the show itself, the writing seems to lack quite a bit. The sets,
a lot of continuity problems.
Yes. Princess Leia character, the little girl, they really made her kind of a braddish person in the beginning. She's kind of chilling out a little bit.
Precocious child. That's
overplayed. It's like, okay, it was kind of like overplayed a little bit. The sets look like something that look terrible. Some of the sets were just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like, hey, we have this leftover from Boba Fett. You want to use it? Oh, yeah.
We got a block. We got a 4x6 sheet of plywood. Let's just paint it green, and that's an alien wall. I don't know. Yeah. It's just, it looked terrible. I will admit, that stupid laser gate they had in there was a big point for me. They had the part where they're like on this planet and they're coming up to this checkpoint and there's this laser gate, right? And the stormtroopers are at. And so because they wanted to, I know why they did it. They wanted to have the stormtrooper cut in half. And that's so cool because he fell off the tower and he gets cut in half at some point because it's a laser gate. But the thing is like 3 feet high, and literally you can, when they show a wide shot, you can just walk around the thing. You don't even need to. If
anything, it's more of a hazard than it's going to work.
Yeah, you don't have to shut it off. Stuff like that just doesn't make sense to me. But there are some good things about it. At some point, yes, I've turned off my brain with it a little bit and just tried to enjoy the story itself. The one pet peeve I do have, and I've talked about this before too, was that they brought in Darth Vader, I think, a little too quick. Mm-hmm, they should have waited a little bit longer to actually bring him in, like at the threat of him, but bring him in. But yeah, overall, it's not bad.
It beats the heck out of Boba Fett. Boba Fett left the bar so low.
That's exactly what I was going to say. They with Boba Fett, the show Boba Fett, like Mandalorian was really high.
Yeah.
We screwed up. Now we got to drop it. They dropped it down so low with Boba Fett. Yep. I'm just happy to get something that's semi-cohesive now, And so, yeah.
And it's improving, where Boba Fett got progressively worse until it just jumped the shark.
Yeah.
And Obi-Wan is getting better over time.
Yeah.
Because, I really like how they explore Vader's character more, where he's more Anakin. You can see Anakin in Vader more, and it kind of goes over the relationship between Kenobi and Vader.
Yeah,
which is good.
At what point does this show take place? It takes place in between.
It's
the third.
Yes.
Episode 3 and episode 4.
Yes.
Yeah, it takes place before New Hope because Obi-Wan's guarding Luke.
Yeah, so basically the babies were born, right? And then in episode 3, Vader's kids were born, and then they were split off so that he couldn't find them. Padme had died, and then that's where it picks up. It picks up like a few years later. The kids are older now. Yeah. I think what is the girl, 7 or something? Where's she supposed to be in the show?
Something like that.
Yeah. That's actually really cool because that's a good span of time. Because like last you see Obi-Wan, he's still young Ewan McGregor. You see him again, he's like a million years old, Alec Guinness. This is a great thing because now Obi-Wan's a bit older.
But I keep waiting for Princess Leia to get hit in the head so she forgets all about Obi-Wan.
Well, that's it. I brought that up too. Yeah, it's like how did she not recognize him on the Death Star? And even though she did call for help, it's kind of like she didn't really know him. But I don't know. There's a lot.
Because she said, you helped my father during the Clone Wars. You didn't say, hey, and you rescued me that time when I was a little kid. Remember that, Obi-Wan?
Oh, but she could have. But she was calling him into New Hope. But she's young, right?
No, but he's talking about in episode 4, A New Hope.
In A New Hope. She never acknowledges that she knows or knew him.
Oh, remember when we had that little journey?
But maybe she was too young to remember.
7. I remember things when I was 7.
I will say, going back to your point about Alec Guinness, it's funny because you can tell Ewan McGregor is purposely now starting to do certain physical characteristics of the Alec Guinness, like the whole, you see him scratch his beard, and that's a whole Alec Guinness. So he's trying to, combine those two characters.
Kind of the cadence of the way he talks is kind of like Alec Guinness.
Yeah, so you can tell it's there. He's trying to meld it, which is pretty cool. I like that.
How long before you think they digitally remaster New Hope and take out Alec Guinness and put in Ewan McGregor?
Well, if they
5 years.
Well, if they can make money off it, probably immediately.
As it is, when they had the actor who played Anakin, they digitally redid his face.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
They replaced him. Yeah,
looks a bit crap.
Yeah, you talking about the in the Return of the Jedi?
No, in the series.
Oh,
because they had that lightsaber. Did you see the recent one?
The lightsaber duel, yeah, I saw that. But that was him. But they just tried to what?
They tried to get rid of some of his aging digitally.
Yeah, I was gonna, they did a pretty good job of that. I think they did.
Some scenes they did, but other parts it looked a bit crap.
So what they did is they kind of do these flashback scenes. So they did this flashback scene where Anakin is still under Obi-Wan Kenobi, is his teacher.
Sure.
And they have this lightsaber duel where they're just practicing, and you can kind of see shades of Darth in him at that point, but they did, he's older, Anakin's older, but they did try to kind of make him look younger. And
so they did that to what's the guy's name? The actor.
Oh, Christian Haydenson.
So they did it with Christian Haydenson.
Yeah, so it's actually Christian Haydenson, and they just tried to made him look a little younger. And, and that's fine. I mean, I had no problem with that.
You got to do it just for the show. Yeah. Sure. But it was interesting because through the lightsaber battle, they were able to foreshadow different things that were going to happen.
Yeah.
Because there were some neat things Vader did, like during the lightsaber battle with that one lady who was with the Empire.
Reva?
I don't want to give too much away. Yeah, with Reva.
Yeah. The Inquisitor. She's one of the Inquisitors.
Yeah, where he was just messing with her, trying to show off his skill level and all that stuff. He wasn't using his lightsaber. He was just using the Force to manipulate her.
Yeah.
And when he took down that one craft,
he
tore it apart.
Yeah, he took down the craft. He thought the people were in it. Obi-Wan was in it. He literally, with the Force, a craft is taking off a big ship. He brings it down.
I don't want to give too much away.
Well, it's all right.
Spoiler alert.
I'm going to
spoiler alert anyways.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then
tears it apart with his Force.
Yeah, with the Force. But that's my problem. But yet he can't. When earlier in the show, when he's there with Obi-Wan, Obi-Wan meets him for the first time, sees him as Vader, and they're having this kind of Obi-Wan's running away from him, and he can't just use the Force and drag Obi-Wan to him. It's there's a little bit of fire, and for some reason the stormtroopers and Darth Vader can't get over this little fire wall.
He can't extinguish it.
Yeah,
but
to go get Obi-Wan that he's been, now that he wants to.
But it's neat because it kind of shows his rage. When Darth Vader was able to do that and tear the ship apart because he was raging at the time, he was really angry.
Yeah.
And Darth Vader's a lot more powerful.
Yeah, see, there he is. We're looking at it.
It's not terrible.
We're looking at a scene right now where this is the scene from the show, that one that keeps showing on the list.
They kind of tried to manipulate both of them and make them both a little younger.
So it's not it's not
terrible.
It's not terrible. I mean, I don't fault them for that.
They'll come out with a fan thing where a fan does a much better job.
Oh yeah,
exactly. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, using like an Instagram filter.
Yeah, but the show is becoming watchable. But in the beginning, if you want to watch it, go through the beginning. You're going to have a lot of issues.
Yeah, a
lot of problems. But then it picks up and gets better. I think. I just hope it continues the trend of getting better.
I think what it is, I'm liking it to what was that Star Wars Celebration Day that they had? Remember after
the Ewok thing,
or the Chewbacca thing. Remember when Chewbacca was supposed to go to the Celebration Life Day or whatever that was, and they had that TV show.
Yep.
Back in the 70s, and that's what I'm liking it to. It's like all these Star Wars shows are just going to be like just a cheap knockoff of, the real thing. Right. And I'm just getting used to that. So
how lucky are we that James Earl Jones at 91 is still alive and doing the voice?
Oh, that's awesome.
Is he doing the voice, or is it a voice changer that Hayden Christensen's using?
No, it says James Earl Jones.
It's still doing the voice. Wow.
As Anakin Skywalker.
Oh, that's amazing.
That is cool.
He's maybe in certain scenes, but that's awesome.
Oh, hey guys, I got to go real quick. I got a text. My daughter is trying to make macaroni and cheese again.
Oh my goodness!
So
get out of here.
All
go.
Right. See you guys later.
All right, man. Thank you so much. Everybody say bye to the doorman.
Bye, doorman.
Remember, find him online. Give him 5 stars.
Oh, we got to talk about his podcast.
We do. We have him. Actually, let's talk about it right now as he leaves.
The doorman started his own project, and we're all very proud of him.
Doorman, really quick, what's it called? Shout it.
It is called Pardon the Intermission. It's
Pardon the Intermission?
Podcast about we actually talked about Kenobi on there one time, and that'll be posted soon. It's about entertainment, film, and TV, theater, and past, present, and future.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Yeah, I smell something burning. You better go.
I gotta get out
get that vision of the burnt up Star Wars bodies.
What I'm going to do here is, guys, Pardon the Intermission is I'm going to have a link to the show in our show notes.
And it can be found wherever podcasts are sold.
That's right. Check it out. Also...
and I'm excited because I can never get enough Doorman.
Oh, Doorman's great. Yeah.
There's a lot to say and a lot of interesting things and ways to say.
So Pardon the Intermission. I'm very excited. What we're going to do is I'm going to put that in the show notes as well. Pardon the Intermission. So check that out. Check it out in the show notes. I'll also have it. What I'm going to do is I'll make sure that if you go to nofocusradio.com, and they'll just be able to find it right there. So a link to it. That way nobody can steal it or lose it.
So, did you ever play Pokemon as a kid?
I didn't. A lot of my friends did.
I was never into it until when I was older. My son wanted to play Pokemon Go. So I got into Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
My son lost interest. I still have it on my phone. I play it occasionally, but I have friends who play it religiously. Like they will wake up at 6 a.m. to go do early morning raids on a Saturday.
Okay.
To get particular Pokemon that they have to basically form a group because it's a level 5 and you got to have a group to take it on and beat it.
Okay.
And but like Pokemon cards are making a huge comeback now.
So I have a friend, and I have a friend of the show, Ray Sensenbach.
Oh yeah, Ray.
Well, when we were young, he collected Pokemon cards.
Right.
About last year, he was telling me that he had been selling them all online from when he was a kid, making buku bucks.
Oh, wow.
Selling his old Pokemon cards. So, I missed out on...
Yeah, because a lot of companies like Target won't put them out. And Walmart, they quit putting them out because people were fighting over them.
Really?
Yeah, and so they have different ways of distributing them just because people are just crazy for Pokemon now, once again.
Okay. So how much, if you're selling these things, is it worth collecting Pokemon or?
For some people it is. It's like, if you want to collect something, it has to mean something to you. Pokemon doesn't mean that much for me. Sometimes if I'm off and having to do something in Visalia and I have some downtime, I'll look around for Pokemon, just to, also they have little interesting marker places you can go and see. Right. But other than that, it means nothing to me. But for some people, they love Pokemon and they'll spend a lot of money on the cards. How much would you buy? Do you know how much these cards are going for?
I don't know. I was thinking maybe. I would probably, if I needed to buy a card, a single card, $20.
Yeah, maybe if it's rare, maybe close to 50 if it's super rare.
Sure.
But I was there. You have an article.
Yeah, here's a story here.
A rare Pokemon Charizard card sold for $336,000.
How is that possible?
I have no idea. I know what a Charizard is. It's like a flying dragon thing that spits fire.
A rare first edition 1999 Pokemon Charizard
That's not
card.
even that old. Jeez.
So this is the thing. 1999 is right when Pokemon started coming out.
It was huge.
Those are the kind of cards that my friends started collecting because we were like in 4th grade. So they had all these cards. They're selling them for big money. Not $336,000.
Well, maybe he doesn't have the rare Charizard card.
Oh my gosh.
So if you have a Pokemon Charizard number 4 from 1990s, you might have some money.
Although, check this out. Last week, a Georgia man was sentenced to prison for using COVID-19 relief funds to buy a Pokemon card. He purchased it for $57,789.
Wow.
Wait, how did he get that much COVID-19 relief?
Well, apparently, they're just giving it all away, like they gave away all your funds.
This is true. He probably got all my EDD money. So, long story short, should I start selling all my stocks and buying Pokemon cards?
Either Pokemon or Legos, because Lego kits can go for a lot of money. They call it plastic gold.
Golly.
Legos, like if you have some of the early rare Lego kits in the box,
right?
Still, it goes for a lot of money. Even if you have the box and the directions and all the Legos, you could still get a lot of money for it.
How much, like, are we talking? Like eBay, is that where you'd go look?
eBay, a lot of times people go to eBay and they'll show you a price. Look, it's, they're trying to sell it for $50,000. That's what they're trying to sell it for. You have to see what they actually...
What the actual auction
auction goes
But I mean, even this, look at this. It's 3 tiny little Lego pieces.
Mm-hmm. But it has the directions. The directions are big. I'll keep the directions. I won't keep the box because, I don't have a palace.
I mean, it's literally like maybe... It's 3 characters.
Yeah.
And how many pieces? That not a lot.
And they're asking
102. That's the current bid. People are already bidding that much.
Are they giving free shipping at that?
No.
Oh, Jesus. But it's it's a small Star Wars lot with the directions.
Oh my God. Star Wars Darth Vader's Castle, $199.
But some of the because Lego will come out with them for a while, then retire the set. And then when the set becomes retired, that's when it goes up in money a lot. Like the original Imperial Walker, the AT-ATs, the original one will go to like $300 to $400.
Really?
Yeah, with the instructions in the box.
Holy smokes.
I bought one at a swap meet. It was a steal with the instructions, all the Legos, and I got it for like $50. And I was never forked over $50 quicker than that. I was going, oh my God.
So I have this. I have the giant Lego tumbler.
Oh, the tumbler from Batman.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's like 1,000 pieces or something big. My friends got me this when I had my hip surgery to keep me busy. So I have this, and I've never built it. Oh, look at that, $220. I feel bad about selling it. I mean,
but like a friend of mine has the large $800 Millennium Falcon.
Really?
They also came out with an Imperial Walker that I would love to have, but it's like $600.
Holy smokes!
Yeah, but it's huge.
And it's new for $600?
New for $600. It's still on the market. Like if you go to Lego.com or Amazon, and the huge Imperial Walker.
How big is it?
It's I think you could move into it maybe.
Really?
Yeah, just about. No, it's actually pretty big. It's large. I would love to have it. Don't know where I'm going to put it. But it's huge. It's expensive. It's hard to justify that.
Oh, my gosh. Legos are expensive, man.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy, especially now because of the shortage and stuff. If you go to Target or some of the stores, a lot of the Lego aisle is empty because they can't get them. And people have been buying them like crazy since the pandemic.
Holy smokes. The Coliseum, Lego Coliseum, $549.
Yeah, the Roman Coliseum. It's awesome. And also you can get the big speeder for $200 from Star Wars.
Goodness. Oh, yeah, Vincent Van Gogh, the Starry Night Legos.
Yeah. Legos, there it is, up. You just it's $800.
Holy smokes!
Right there, boom. See how beautiful it is? You get all these characters really cool. With the AT-AT. It's gigantic. It comes in a huge old box that your Amazon delivery guy will get a hernia trying to deliver. The nice thing is,
look at how cool that is! Actually,
yeah. See, it's
you
huge.
Open it up and there's like a full thing on the inside.
Right, it's like fully built on the inside. And the nice thing is if you buy it through Lego.com, you'll get Lego points.
Which you can use to...
Which you could use to get money off of the next Lego. So I wanted to buy this one Lego set, but it was kind of expensive. but I had $20 in Lego points, so that cut the price down a lot, at least $20 worth.
So, okay, Legos are kind of blowing my mind right now.
Yeah.
So, $800.
Yep.
And
you should see the Millennium Falcon. I don't know. I think it's still available.
And so, oh God, so it's blowing my mind. So, how much if they sell them for this much?
These are the big Lego sets, though. They're huge. They're like
Millennium
there's a Millennium Falcon for $800. Wow. It's huge. It's like I know people who mount it on the wall with a TV stand. It's so big, and it takes you like up to. I know a guy who put it together. It took him like 4 days, and that's working on it a lot.
But look at this. You can buy. Look at this box. It's just an assorted junk bin.
Yeah, it's like a Lego monster threw up. It even has elephants.
It's just a bunch of random stuff.
Yeah, probably stuff they couldn't get rid of.
And that's $800.
Did you ever put together Legos and notice that some of the interior pieces are like bright pink?
No.
Well, they'll give you like I put together a Saturn V rocket from Lego.
Okay.
And it's awesome. But some of the interior pieces are really the most bizarre color because they have all those extra colors from other sets they want to get rid of, and they figure these are all on the inside.
Yeah.
So we could just get rid of them and put them on the inside and no one ever sees them.
That's pretty fun. That's pretty smart.
Also, they have like Lego designers who would design Lego kits, and if they get enough votes from the populace who are willing to buy it, Lego will produce it.
Right.
So like that's they came out with a Lego typewriter, and that was from a Lego designer. And just like a guy, normal guy like you and me, who's totally into Legos and has the software and built a kit that people actually like.
Okay.
But
sorry.
They also have people who create different things that aren't official Legos, but you could download the instructions. You pay them some money and download the instructions, and you could buy the Lego pieces from different providers.
Wow.
Just like normal people. And a lot of people make their side hustle selling Lego pieces. So they say, oh, you need this piece, it's this much money, and they'll get boxes, of all the different pieces you need and put it in there and send it to you. So you could build your specialized Lego piece.
So there's a guy, I don't know if you know him.
There are a lot of guys.
He's from Fresno.
I love Fresno guys.
Carl Merriam.
Not physically.
I met this guy a couple years ago.
That's cool.
He was a Fresno guy.
Wait, you met this guy?
Yeah, he went to Fresno State.
So he's a friend of the show.
By the time he was in his late teens, he had 85,000 Lego parts in his Star Wars collection.
Oh, my God.
So he started building a bunch of stuff in Fresno. They actually did a small fake kind of documentary about him in town. He is now he ended up, because he built Legos and was way into it, he is now a senior designer based in Lundberg. Where is he? He's based in Denmark. He is a senior designer at Lego. He's from Fresno, and he is just a guy who loved Legos so much, and he is now a senior designer.
And I saw Lego. That picture you had of him. It had him with the box for the Saturn V.
Yep.
Did he help design the Saturn V?
Yeah, I think so. That's
a neat set. I have that set.
Opportunity to chat with Lego design. This is from a website, Brothers Bricks. Carl Merriam. He's an active, blah, blah, blah. Oh, he was the designer of the NASA Apollo Saturn V.
Oh, I would love to. I'd love to meet him because that is a neat kit. It's huge. I have it up next to the lunar lander kit that they have. Wow. And it's like about over 3 feet tall. It's got the part where you could break it up into the different stages. It also has the lunar lander and the command module. You could pull them out. I use it to teach my kid about the Saturn V because when I was a kid, that was the most awesome thing in the world.
How cool is that? I just think Lego, this is just kind of cool. Some people are like, oh, you're into Legos? This guy was so into Legos that he is now a lead designer at Lego. Yeah. Lego's a big deal.
Oh, Lego's huge.
Look at these. You can build little computer pieces out of them now. They have connectors.
Lego's come a long way. I know adults who spend way too much money on Legos, but they love them. I had to quit getting Legos just because I ran out of room for them.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't have any room to display them, and my wife doesn't like Legos hanging around the house. On our mantle above our fireplace, I have a whole Harry Potter series with all the castles and stuff. Wow. It's neat.
I gotta see. I feel like I would get. I don't have the most patience, but I think Legos to me seems like something that I could have some fun with.
Yeah, I like Legos because it's kind of like a plastic Xanax for me, because I don't eat it, but obviously, but I'll just be stressed out, and I'll open up a Lego kit, put out the instructions, listen to some music, and just chill and put together Legos, and it calms me down and just gets rid of a lot of stress.
And also, like, what a cool. Do you build things from scratch? Like, just have a pile and figure out how to build things?
Sometimes, but usually it's I build stuff to display it later.
Right.
I just like the regiment. Sometimes I need that because I have a highly creative job. I got to be creating all the time. Sometimes I just like to have a regimented thing where I got to get it exact.
I was just thinking how crazy it is to have just Legos around and be able to say, I'm going to design a new item. Like that to me is crazy. Right. Like I understand just building them, but to be a designer, it means that you see what Legos you have, and then you can go, I want to build whatever with it.
I'm still blown away that a guy from Fresno designed the Saturn V rocket for
Isn't
Legos.
That so
That's
cool?
Insane. I'm going to have to look at that thing differently now.
Yeah, super cool. So I was like looking him up. I'm friends with him on a whole bunch of stuff. Apparently we knew each other.
I'll have to have him on
point.
the show.
That would actually be cool. I wonder if I could.
I would love to gush all over him.
I
mean, like fanboy on him.
I wonder if he'll reach.
I
will. I'm going to reach out to him.
Yeah.
And see if he.
So we were talking about Legos. We're big fans. Stupid
Asso
really
just cool.
Wants to chat you up about the Saturn V because it's the greatest kit ever.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to see if we can get Carl on the show because that would be really, really cool.
But it's amazing how many adults are into Legos. Like if you see an adult going down the Lego aisle, he's not looking for Legos for his kids. He's looking for them for himself.
Right. Even on the Lego website, I thought this was funny. Lego website, it's showing the sets, and it's like 50-year-old men they show doing it.
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
kids. Yeah,
no, it's not kids. In fact, some people have even made their whole YouTube channel very popular, putting together Lego kits. And sometimes Lego will send them kits to put together on their channel because that's what they do. And they have like a whole room, like it would be our studio with a big center, and all of that's a Lego city.
Really?
Yeah, and they have like dinosaurs going down their Lego city. People are doing amazing things with Legos.
Have you been to Lego Land?
I have not. I've been to Lego stores, but not Lego Land.
Lego Land.
But if you're like a part of the VIP part of the Lego website, or if you go to the Lego stores and use your VIP card, you get like a really good Lego points that you can convert to cash or other benefits.
It's incredible, man.
But yeah, and like they have the picture that you just pulled up of a guy who made an entire battleship out of Lego.
It's huge.
It's like insane.
It really is cool. Like, wow.
Also, they have shows where people show off what they've done with their Legos, and they'll have like whole entire, like they could do Tatooine, like the Los Eisley spaceport, and it'll have animation where a spacecraft takes off and stuff.
You know what I find cool? I'm looking at these Lego constructions, like the Titanic. It's like it's not just the outside. When you crack it open, there's rooms and
it sinks.
The whole inside.
Oh man,
has all the stuff that would be inside the Titanic,
like the boilers, the grand staircase, the little rooms.
There's cross sections.
Does it have Jack from? Oh, that's a kit. You could buy that.
You can buy that.
Oh man.
Yeah, there's apparently like there's a car with steamy windows.
Oh, nice.
This is really cool.
And two people on the front.
Yeah.
It's end of the world.
Wow.
Yeah, Legos have gone insane, but you're going to pay a price for Legos because they're not giving them away.
Largest model is a life-size X-wing.
That's cool. During the pandemic though, it's like people discovered Legos and they were gone. You'd go there for any Lego kit because you're bored, and they're just gone.
Oh, this is life-size. Look at that. It's taking up a whole hangar.
That would be insane. That's a life-size X-wing fighter from Star Wars made entirely of Legos. You could sit in that, I think. They did this one thing where they made a house out of Legos. It's kind of like let's see if we could do it. So they made an entire house out of Legos.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's so cool.
It was Jay Mays. You remember Jay Mays from Top Gear?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, James, yeah. He did a thing where they would do different things, like they'd try to run a railroad, HO scale railroad line all the way from one town in England to another town in England. And just weird things like with toys. And part of it was they made a house out of Legos.
How insane.
That you could live in. You could live in this house.
Like a full-size house.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Legos are cool, man. Like, it's a really cool It's just cool. Like, look at this.
Yeah, they also have Lupin or something like that. It's a knockoff of Lego. Mm-hmm. And you could when you touch the bricks, though, it doesn't feel the same. It's not the same quality of plastic,
right?
Where it's like half the price or something like that, and it's the same design because they're made out of China, and the Chinese just rip off the design.
Yeah,
but they make them out of these cheap Legos that probably have lead in them or something.
That's the thing, right? Because Legos last forever, like their name brand, right?
Yeah, they were trying to make Lego bricks out of a biodegradable material that would dissolve over time.
Pass.
But all the collectors said, yeah, we're not doing this. We want them to last forever.
Yeah, pass. I don't want that. There's a lot of cool.
Yeah, because I have a whole bin because sometimes people find out you're into Legos and say, my kid has all these Legos. You want them? I go, yeah, how much you want for them? I'll just give them to you. So I have these boxes of Legos that I sort out in different colors. So sometimes if I want to build something or add on to it, I can.
There's these weird, you're right. There's these weird off-brand, Y-Wob.
Yeah, and they make weird off-brand figures.
This is called Star Plan.
Yeah.
It's a fake. Oh, it's all Chinese.
Yeah. But at least they don't, yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at this. It's the At-Tat.
At-Tat.
Look at how funny that is. They're exact ripoffs.
And it's half the price. It's $263.
How is
less
this?
than half?
It's all the exact same.
You figure they don't have to deal with the designer. They steal the design. They print up some cheap blocks, which are a lot cheaper than Lego blocks. Lego blocks have a different... You could put them in your hand and feel the difference right away.
Bounty Hunter bust.
The Boba Fett.
This is actually hilarious. I'm into this. I want to buy some fake ones just to laugh at it. That's really because real Legos are built in Germany, right? Yeah.
Because Playmobil and Legos are built basically in the same area in Germany.
Wow, this is a really funny website. I'm going to put this site.
But Legos is a whole deep rabbit hole to go down if you really want to get into it. It's crazy. All the people who do things with Lego, make money with Legos, or provide Lego pieces. It's insane.
What do you call fake Legos? You call them Fagos?
Fagos, I guess. I think you just coined a phrase.
Fagos, or Fogos, now Fagos. If you guys want to get some fake Legos, I have a site for you there. That way you can, if you want to try things, before you invest in the big Legos.
Then the real thing, Legos. If you've never had Legos, do the Fagos and you'll appreciate
the Fagos. Hey guys, it's been a lot of fun. Our time is up though. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tell a friend. Marty, how many stars? If somebody was going to listen, somebody's going to tune in.
This is hard. I would, out of 5 stars?
Out of 5. It was 1 to 5.
I would give it 6 if I could, but 5 definitely is the least number of stars.
5 stars, everybody. At the least, 5. Thank you all for checking us out. I do want to remind you, check out Pardon the Intermission. There's a link to it at nofocusradio.com. It's right there. Go to nofocusradio.com. It's at the bottom of the page. Check that out. Also, remember to subscribe. Remember to tell a friend. And remember to download our show. All that good stuff. Thank you very much. And we appreciate you tuning in.
Rochambeau.
Rochambeau.